Good morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Jillian Andrews. We're teaching you smart ways to manage your money, and joining us now with expert advice is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and senior partner at Johnson Brunetti. Welcome back, Eric.
Thanks, Jillian. Good morning. All
right, so this morning's topic is managing healthcare costs in your golden years, starting with some statistics. In 2022, a 65-year-old couple that retired can expect to pay close to $700,000 on lifetime medical costs.
That's huge. That's a ton of money. And we read these articles and people see these things and it's like, I can't even wrap my head around that because it's so much money. So what could we possibly do? You can do something, you can have a plan, you can be in control of this because there's things that you need to pay attention to and maybe things that aren't applicable to you, but doing nothing is never the right way to go about doing it. People are living longer and longer, which is great. Medical care, pharmaceutical care, better and better, which is great, but you need your money to last.
And those costs aren't likely to drop significantly.
They're 100% going to go up. Like, they just are. So you've got to have a plan for that.
Absolutely. Our next bullet here is to understand what's covered by Medicare and, importantly, also what is not covered by Medicare.
I've been doing this for over 2 decades. I've had an insurance for health insurance, which I've never set up. It's something that we obviously get in discussion about, but we're not setting up those plans. We're working with partners around the state and country to help people with it because it's super confusing. You need specialists in this stuff. And a lot of people assume that it will cover things that it's not going to cover. And that can be catastrophic. Like if you're good at saving money and if you find yourself in a position where retirement is a reality for you, that I can retire because I have enough money, you're not going to spend all your money frivolously because you're a good saver. But the exposure to a serious health problem, that's your biggest risk of running out of money. So you need a plan for this stuff because you need to know, step one, what am I already covered for, and what do I have to plan for?
Sure, and you don't always have the option to choose. You might choose to buy a home, but you can't necessarily choose if you're going to need medical care.
Right.
All right, our next bullet here, our last bullet, is to have a plan in place for long-term care, if appropriate.
100%. And if you're 70 years old, and it's like, oh, I'm too old. No, you're not. You know, it'd be nice if you were younger because you could get these plans cheaper. And I'm not advocating that you should go out and buy long-term care insurance. Sometimes that's the best thing for someone to do for them. And sometimes, you know, I've sat down with people who have half of their annual income go into a long-term care policy, and I'm just not personally on board with that philosophy. You want to hope best case scenario, plan to prepare worst case scenario, but you don't want to live your life for worst case scenario. So it can be a great fit, it can be a mistake, but it's a conversation that needs to happen. And the earlier you have it, the younger you have it, the better off you're going to be and the more options you're going to have and the cheaper they're going to be.
All right, and for those interested in learning more, tell us about this week's book offer.
It's called Don't Let Healthcare Derail Your Retirement. It's a lot more fun to talk about cruises and floating around on a beach somewhere, but you need to have this discussion because otherwise you're leaving it up to chance. And if there's two of you, someone's going to die first and someone's going to do this on their own. And you need to have a plan for this stuff. Best case, worst case, you're better off with a plan. So you can go to moneywisdomtv.com. It's a great book, talks specifically about healthcare, some of the noise you don't have to pay attention to and some of the things you really do. So I hope you reach out, I hope you get it, and I hope it helps you to live a happier life.
All right, Eric, as always, thanks so much for your advice.
Thank you.
All right, again, that is moneywisdomtv.com for CT Buzz. I'm Jillian Andrews. We'll see you next time.